Hi Facebook, how's everybody doing? It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday everyone. I am in Louisiana and it is probably, I don't know, it looks like it's 4:30 Eastern time and I'm an hour behind, so it's about 3:30, 3:40 our time. But I just wanted to jump on because something had struck me the other day and God really kind of called something to my heart. And after talking to a friend of mine, she was like, I think that you should share this because I think that it could really help people because it's really helped you. So I just want to jump on real quick to kind of talking about forgiveness. Hey Shauna, hey everybody. So today I really kind of want to talk to you about forgiveness, and not just so much about forgiving other people because sometimes that can be easy, but forgiving yourself. I know that personally I have talked to so many people and that it has been a huge issue and struggle for them, and I know personally for me it was a huge struggle for me just forgiving myself. And it really took a minute for me to really remember this, but I was driving down to New Orleans the other day and I happened to find a journal article or a journal entry that I had wrote that talked about forgiveness. So I just want to share that with you real quick and then kind of share with you how forgiving myself has helped kind of break me free and really empower me over the last couple years. So I was seeing a therapist back in 2015 just because I needed help just with dealing with things. I was just having these self-doubts and these struggles, and I was working in a high-stress job where I dealt with families and kids and was suffering from a lot of secondary trauma, and it was just kind of bringing up things from my own past and bringing up hurts, and I really needed to kind of release that. And so I was like, I really need to go talk to someone. Well, at this one point in time, my therapist had asked me, she said, have you forgiven yourself for the things that you've done? And at the time I was like, I don't know, like I don't think so. And it was something that really was hard on me. And I still remember doing things and thinking and knowing full down in my heart that I was forgiven. And again, I don't know where your relationship is in your faith, but I'm a Christian and I am proud to say that. But for me, I knew I was forgiven, but just her asking me if I forgave myself was hard because I couldn't fully say, yes, I forgive myself for all I've done. And I let that carry that weight along with me on my chest and feeling like bad and feeling like I hated myself for the things that I'd done because, I mean, believe it or not, I'm definitely not perfect and I've made tons of mistakes in my past. So forgiving myself was really hard. And so I said, no, I don't know, and I don't know how to start that process of really forgiving myself. And she said, well, you know, I think that you should be prayerful about it and really talk to God and see how you can come up with some concrete things that will help you learn how to forgive yourself. And so a couple days later, I had wrote in my journal, so pardon me if I look down, but I had come across some scripture in Colossians. And it's from Colossians chapter 1, verses 22 and part of 23. And it said, yet now he has brought you back as his friends. He has done this through his death on the cross in his own human body. As a result, he has brought you into the very presence of God, and you are holy and blameless as you stand before him without a single fault. But you must continue to believe his truth and stand on it firmly. And I remember reading this, and as I read this on Sunday and as I'm reading it now, I remember that pull that I felt, that closeness I felt to God at that very moment where he was saying that, you know, one day you're going to stand in front of me and you will be holy and blameless because I've done that. And it was kind of like, how, if I can forgive you, how dare you not forgive yourself? And that was kind of the breakthrough in my healing. But over the years, I've learned some really kind of tangible hands-on things that have helped me kind of get through this experience and really kind of learn how to forgive myself more. So I really kind of wanted to share those with you, just in case you're watching this, or just in case you're struggling with forgiveness, forgiving yourself for maybe things that you've done in your past, or maybe things that are going on right now. Because I mean, I've been there, and it's hard and it hurts, and we sabotage ourselves, and we do, these behaviors that, aren't good for us. And it just kind of just wrecks everything. So throughout the last couple years, in this process of forgiving myself, because it's been a process, it's not an overnight switch. But through this process of forgiving myself, some things have happened. And one of those things is that, I developed the courage and the strength to make the choice. I made the choice to accept the truth that I was forgiven. And I think that that's a big thing for us, is that we don't click it in that we have that choice. We have that choice to make. And we can either choose, I think I talked about this last week, where we can choose negative things or we can choose positive things. And it was really kind of making that choice that I was going to choose positivity, that I was going to choose, yes, that the fact that I was forgiven, and really walk in that truth and say that, I'm not a victim, I'm an overcomer. That kind of was one of the stepping stones that got me closer to forgiving myself. So definitely knowing that it was a choice, that I had the choice to accept myself, and really forgive myself because I already was forgiven. And then I realized that, when I was forgiven by God, and if I could be forgiven by God because of Jesus's death, then who was I to say, no, I'm not forgiven, or to not forgive myself? Because it almost seemed like a form of pride. And I don't know, I've struggled with pride throughout my life. And usually it comes in the form of like control. I have to have this controlling aspect. But I think that holding on to that unforgiveness and bitterness of myself was a form of pride. And it was leading me down that road of self-destruction, of making choices that weren't good for me. Because I felt really deep on the inside that I needed to be punished, and that I needed to pay for all the things that I've done. So really learning how to forgive myself has helped me break out of that, and helped me break out of that prideful state, and really say, okay, I can keep moving, I can keep going. And then forgiving myself, it allowed me to really heal. For so long, I carried around this huge weight on my shoulders and on my chest, very deep inside, and I would not heal, and I could not heal my wounds, and I kept bringing it up, and I kept bringing it up. But really taking the time to forgive myself helped me heal, and it helped me to make better decisions and to become empowered to take control of my own health, to take control of my mindset, to take control of my overall health, whether it was mental, whether it was, spiritual, emotional, physical. But it allowed me to do that, to really take care of myself in a way that I never had before. And I think that if I hadn't have forgiven myself, then I wouldn't be walking down that path to this day. It really allowed me to kind of break free from those chains, and really see what an amazing person that I was, and that I didn't have to be held in bondage. But really the last thing that I think that forgiveness and forgiving myself has done is that it's giving me the chance to see beyond myself. I think when we hold on to forgiveness or to unforgiveness and we can't forgive ourselves, we can't look past this. We can't look past ourselves right here, and then we don't reach out and to help others because it's such an inward thing. And so for me, definitely letting go and forgiving myself has given me the opportunity to reach out into others, to love other people, to be involved and intentional in other people's lives, and in a way that I don't think I ever would have done before when I was so self-focused, right? Because that's what we do. When we can't forgive ourselves, we're so focused on the things that are inward, like, I can't believe I did this, and then we end up outwardly hurting other people instead of bringing them in and helping them and encouraging them. And so forgiving myself really helped open those doors for me to go out and reach out to other people. So, I mean, I don't know where anybody's at. I don't, but I'm hoping that just by sharing my own journey and by sharing just these things and these revelations and all this knowledge, I don't even know what to call it, but sharing my own journey and how I've grown through this process of forgiving myself. And it is, like I said, it's a process. It's not something that happens overnight. But really embracing myself, faults and all, not comparing myself to other people, and truly knowing who I am, especially who I am in Christ, and that I've already been forgiven, and accepting that has helped open up so many other doors in my life to where now I have peace, now I have fulfillment, and now I have joy. So I don't know where you're at, but if this is an area and you are struggling with forgiving yourself, I would love to talk with you. I would love to pray with you, because you're not alone, and you don't have to go through this alone, because we do this, and we have to learn how to forgive ourselves. Forgiving other people, forgiving ourselves, and really knowing who we are is so huge and so important for us, just as we grow. So that's it. That's kind of just what I want to jump in and share with you and really share my heart with you guys. I hope that this blesses someone. I hope that someone gets something out of this, and feels that they don't have to feel burdened and chained down and just a victim of their own unforgiveness, that you can be free and you can live a rockin' life that just feels awesome. So I love you guys. Thanks for sticking on and around with me. You guys rock, and I will see you guys when I get back from New Orleans. Bye.